in the early going for the Bulldogs. Without Tolu Smith until at least mid-January. Here's George, a lob and the dunk on the back end by Dongo. Already helped him here.
Well, Georgia Tech, one of the things they need to do is run the court and score in transition, and Dongo certainly does that.
Georgia Tech made 8 threes on 27 tries in the win against number 21 Mississippi State on Tuesday. Here's another three from the corner, and it's Reeves Jr. Inside the alley-oop.
There's the look, and you get the high screen, and he's just going to look. He, like I said, he's just going to pick and roll straight to the basket.
This game being played at a breakneck pace between Georgia Tech and Duke.
George, corner, Kelly, yes.
You show your team these upsets, and you don't come to play, you can get upset very easily. But Georgia Tech now has picked up the pace. Good for team building, as Otis Hewley said. We're trying to get ready for our league, and they want to play this quick style.
Yellow Jackets 3 of 19 from downtown. Watkins lost it.
That's a great hustle play by George.
Reeves drives, beats Corin. Now it's George around post. Dongo for the finish. That is a really good play.
The one thing you can say about him is he doesn't start, but he usually finishes the game.
And that's the key. You know, too many guys worry about starting the game, and more important,
up top, a one-hand jam by Dongo.
in a way here. Penetration, throwing it up to the big.
And Dongo to go right back to him. Why not? The freshman's been the go-to guy all season long, and that's why.
Led to 14 points off those turnovers. Let's see if Georgia Tech can cash in here. And they do! Count it! Plus the foul, Naithan George.
Still here, and George comes off and probes and gets a slap on the arm and kisses it off the glass for two, letting you know.
Great feed, the finish!
Critical turnovers during the season, and let's see if we can get this middle ball screen going and read the weak side with this lineup. And they got shooters in the corners now.
Young in the drop coverage. George gets it to go, and a foul.
Play, and I think Yellow Jackets, you have got your point guard of the future with this young man.
15 seconds to go. George for Dongo. The finish with 10.3 left. Down to a 4-point game and a timeout. The final one for Damon Stoudemire and Georgia Tech.
Gerard splits two, lost the handle though, kept in play. George, step back three, hits it this time.
Here's Naithan George. Perfect touch. A breakout freshman. Georgia Tech has life. 7 seconds left. George for the tie. Got it! Naithan George drills it.
Sturdivant drives it hard, and the fill behind by George. Aware of the clock, and he buries it.
The poise. Fearless freshman. Tony Bennett told us during these road struggles, Virginia 0-4 on the road this season. He said, we haven't been able to stop the runs. Georgia Tech on a 6-0 run, make it 8-0. George in attack mode. Leaves it off to Dongo, and nobody was there to stop him. Under 3 minutes to go in regulation. George puts it up by Dongo, hammers it home.
Accuracy on this pass right here. All he had to do is, and I'll sound like a broken record, if you're going to play zone, you must find those two guys.
Instant response, Debo Coleman.
along with Bonzi Wells. And I'll tell you what, they are going to be very good in years to come.
Continued to battle on the road.
I'd really love to see Miles Kelly involved in more ball screens. Him and Naithan George are really good at probing the defense off these. Good pass.
George, great feed to Claude.
You can see George off that pick and roll. Nobody comes from the weak side to stop the roller there for North Carolina.
Now the shot clock at 5. George drives, goes in, scores! Takes on top, 7.7.
It puts him in a situation where he has to guard a dynamic guard. And what a shot with the left hand softly off the glass, off the left foot, RD. The degree of difficulty is a 10.
An excellent call by you.
I go further to say I'd like to see Burns flex his early muscle. Try and really chase baskets.
Dongo filling the lane, gets his first 2. George able to silence this rowdy Wolfpack crowd.
This group is a 4-guard front, is a tough out. They found their lineup.
Kowacie Reeves has had the hot hand here in the second half. They're certainly not out of this, down 9 with 2 and change left. Oh, Nate George doesn't get the call, but he gets the 3.
But the Wake Forest passing drives the defense to the baseline.
George over Reed. Back-to-back baskets for Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech last year went for 19 points. He's got 11 to lead all scores. He's almost outscored.
And they play enough defense. They've done that tonight.
Well, and the interesting thing is they're a pretty good three-point shooting team, and they have not been very good at all from 3 tonight.
But again, Marcus Parton with an outstanding on-time, on-target pass.
11-0 run for Georgia Tech. For Notre Dame is snapped by Georgia Tech. There's that guy again.
Guess what? 5 in a row misses. They started with 5 out of 6. I mean, that's what happens.
George on the drive, forced it up, and it goes. Lead back to 8 for Clemson. George trying to beat Hunter on the drive. Oh, what a tough shot. I really like the young man from Toronto, Corey.
Absolutely.
And what a look off by Spears that time. Drove, looked like he was going to kick it to the wing, and then lays it up himself.
George, the immediate answer. George right down the lane. And another and one opportunity coming.
Come up with steals. And beautiful move by George. Yeah, got him across the face. And one.
Into the game, Parker Fredrickson misfires from the corner. It's been pretty much all 3 balls for Wake Forest to start the ball game.
And I think that's what they've been settling for. And when they watched games on film, they saw Wake Forest turn the ball over, but Coach Forbes never getting upset about it. He let players play through their mistakes, and that was one of the reasons why he wanted to play for Forbes.
Another tough shot by Naithan George, the freshman now with 4 points. Tyjon Claude. George, another contested, tough runner in traffic.
What a play. Do a good job of getting in the paint, throwing up the float game.
George, good shot fake. Here's another runner in tight. It rattles around off the glass and in.
What a beautiful finish.
They have struggled when Reese Beekman's not in the game and how to create offense.
Tough shot, Nate George. How about this kid?
I like Bub Carrington early. I thought he ran away with it. I think he came back to the pack. Some of that, and it helped his team improve.
Dongo up top from George, and a rookie connection right there.
Sturman, that one almost went beyond midcourt, but he saved it. Shot clock at 7. Reeves, who has made the shot of this first game so far. George has to heave it up there. He hits the 3 with the shot clock winding down. A little more urgency. And Dongo slicing in, will drop in the bucket.
Well, that's a tough one for Braden Shrewsbury to have to try to stop, but Dongo's really good in that little middle pick and roll.
Sturdivant trying to attack. Shot clock down to 9. Long jumper by George, and a foul too.
Clear, and Miles Kelly takes it away, but a great cut to the ball by Naithan George. Now Burton was guarding Coleman, so Coleman comes over to set a screen just to pick up the switch.
And another one by George going one-on-one to put Georgia Tech in front by a point.